Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders are entering the 2025 season with expectations that could rival the highest peaks of their modern history. And yet, not everyone sees smooth sailing ahead. Under the leadership of head coach Dan Quinn, the team made an electrifying surge last season, vaulting themselves into the NFC Championship conversation, and fans are already dreaming of another deep postseason run. The excitement around superstar quarterback Jayden Daniels is palpable, with his combination of poise, arm strength, and leadership giving Washington a legitimate shot against any team in the league. However, a respected insider recently dropped a prediction that sent shockwaves through the fanbase, painting a starkly different picture. According to her, the Commanders could struggle to find consistency in year 2 of Quinn's tenure, projecting a record that would fall below expectations. This cautionary view challenges the prevailing optimism, suggesting that last year's momentum might not be enough to guarantee another triumphant campaign in 2025. The insider's projection takes into account several logistical and strategic hurdles that Washington will face this season, starting with a notoriously grueling schedule. The Commanders are slated for numerous road games, including long-distance trips that will test both endurance and mental fortitude, and even an international matchup in Madrid, which brings its own unique set of challenges regarding travel fatigue, time zone shifts, and unfamiliar surroundings. Beyond the logistical hurdles, there are concerns about roster depth in critical positions, particularly at wide receiver and linebacker, which could strain the team if injuries occur or if certain players fail to perform at peak levels. While Daniels remains a beacon of stability at quarterback, the team must generate early momentum or risk spiraling under pressure. With opponents more familiar with Washington's strengths and strategies, complacency or missteps could prove costly. The insider's 8-9 prediction reflects the combination of a tough schedule, depth issues, and potential vulnerability on both sides of the ball, emphasizing that hype alone cannot secure victory. Concerns about roster depth are amplified by the ongoing question marks surrounding wide receiver Terry McLaurin, who spent much of the offseason in a contract standoff before finally coming to terms with the organization. While the resolution of his situation is a relief for fans, there remains uncertainty about how quickly McLaurin will regain full football shape, especially given the intensity and pace of an NFL regular season. McLaurin's readiness is critical because Daniels relies heavily on him to stretch defenses and open opportunities for other receivers in the passing game. Without consistent production from his top target, Daniels' performance could be hampered, placing additional pressure on the offensive line, running backs, and the receiving core as a whole. Meanwhile, the defense must also improve, as last season's struggles in run-stopping and pass rush consistency were well documented. The addition of new personnel during the offseason provides hope, but it remains to be seen whether these upgrades will translate into tangible, on-field results during critical moments of the season. Even with these obstacles, the Commanders are not without tools to succeed. Jayden Daniels remains a dynamic playmaker, capable of creating explosive opportunities with both his arm and legs, and the coaching staff is focused on maximizing his skill set to compensate for any deficiencies elsewhere. The offensive scheme under Quinn emphasizes adaptability and innovation, meaning the team can adjust in-game to exploit opponents' weaknesses. Veteran leadership has also been added to bolster the locker room culture, fostering a sense of accountability and resilience among younger players. Running backs, tight ends, and the supporting wide receivers are all expected to contribute meaningfully, which could offset potential shortfalls if McLaurin or other skill players struggle. The challenge lies in synchronizing these elements, ensuring that the offensive line provides sufficient protection and that the defensive units execute effectively. Failure to harmonize these components early could set the tone for a difficult season, validating the insider's cautious projection. Defensive concerns continue to dominate discussions, particularly regarding the Commanders' ability to generate consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks while maintaining stout run defense. Last season, Washington often relied on Daniels to bail them out with improvisational plays, a strategy that cannot be relied upon long-term. The coaching staff, led by Adam Peters and Dan Quinn, has emphasized off-season adjustments, including targeted acquisitions designed to address vulnerabilities. How quickly these defensive improvements manifest will be a significant determinant in the team's overall success. Linebacker depth is particularly crucial, as injuries or inconsistent play at this position could leave the secondary exposed to big plays. Fans and analysts alike are scrutinizing these units closely, aware that a single defensive lapse could undo weeks of preparation and momentum. Success for the Commanders will require cohesion, discipline, and the ability to execute under pressure, all while navigating a schedule designed to challenge even the most battle-tested squads in the league. Momentum, as the insiders warn, is not a given. In a league as competitive as the NFL, early season wins can dramatically shape a team's trajectory, and conversely, early losses can erode confidence and cohesion. For the Commanders, capitalizing on home games, maintaining consistency in practice performance, and minimizing turnovers are non-negotiable objectives. The team's adaptability in handling adversity, both on and off the field, will be tested through long stretches of travel, high-profile primetime matchups, and the intense scrutiny of an invested fan base. Daniel's leadership will be pivotal, not only in managing games, but in guiding younger teammates through the inevitable peaks and valleys of a demanding season. Success will hinge on both physical execution and psychological resilience, a combination that determines whether the team can rise above the 8-9 projection or succumb to the challenges predicted by insiders. Recent comments from players have been encouraging, indicating a high level of buy-in and focus within the locker room. Daniels himself has emphasized ignoring outside noise and concentrating on improving his personal performance and the team's overall execution. McLaurin, despite missing part of training camp, has expressed readiness to contribute fully and integrate seamlessly back into the offense, describing the adjustment process as like riding a bike. Other players, including rookies like Ja'Cory Cross-Gamerett, have expressed gratitude for fan support and excitement about competing at the highest level, signaling that morale and motivation remain strong. This internal focus and collective commitment could serve as a counterbalance to the challenges outlined by external observers, potentially allowing Washington to outperform conservative predictions if preparation translates effectively to game day execution. The schedule itself presents both challenges and opportunities, as the Commanders face a mix of familiar divisional rivals and inter-conference opponents, including high-profile primetime appearances that will test the team's ability to perform under national scrutiny. Games against historically dominant teams, travel-intensive matchups, and even the novelty of a European contest will require meticulous preparation and adaptability. Each week will demand attention to detail from players and coaches, from film study to physical conditioning, with the margin for error increasingly narrow in an era where elite talent is widespread and well-scouted. Capitalizing on favorable matchups, learning from early setbacks, and maintaining discipline in all phases of the game will be essential for any hope of exceeding external projections and sustaining playoff contention. The Commanders' ability to adapt strategically and execute consistently will ultimately determine whether they can surpass the cautious forecast of 8-9. Despite the obstacles, there is reason for cautious optimism. The experience gained from last year's postseason run has strengthened team cohesion and provided a benchmark for what is necessary to compete at the highest levels. The coaching staff has demonstrated willingness to innovate and adjust schemes based on personnel strengths, and the addition of veterans brings stability to high-pressure situations. Daniel's growth as a leader, combined with McLaurin's return to form, creates a dual-threat dynamic capable of challenging even elite defenses. If defensive improvements materialize and depth concerns are mitigated through smart rotation and injury management, the Commanders could be well-positioned to surprise skeptics. Balancing the lessons of past success with realistic attention to current vulnerabilities will be the key to navigating a season where expectations and reality are closely intertwined. Ultimately, the 2025 season for the Washington Commanders will hinge on execution, adaptability, and the ability to withstand both physical and mental challenges across a punishing schedule. Fans are hungry for postseason success, and the narrative of last year's meteoric rise has created a high bar for expectations. Yet insiders caution that momentum alone cannot sustain a team through adversity. The combination of early season performance, roster depth, injury management, and the integration of new acquisitions will dictate whether the team meets, exceeds, or falls short of expectations. For Daniels, McLaurin, and the entire squad, the journey requires focus, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to daily improvement. Only time will reveal whether the cautious prediction of an 8-9 record proves prescient or whether Washington's talent and determination propel them to a more triumphant conclusion, rewriting the script for fans and critics alike. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The NFL world woke up to a bombshell today, a seismic shock that has sent social media into a frenzy and left fans across the country blinking in disbelief. Jason Kelce, the legendary center who once embodied the soul and grit of the Philadelphia Eagles, has officially announced his return to professional football, but the twist is almost too spicy to believe. He won't be donning the midnight green again. Instead, Kelce has chosen to cross the metaphorical aisle and join the Washington Commanders, trading loyalty for a fresh challenge in Burgundy and Gold. Whispers in locker rooms suggest that this move has been months in the making, with hidden negotiations and secret meetings that flew under the radar, leaving insiders speculating about the financial and personal motivations behind this earth-shaking decision. Could this be a strategic masterstroke or a betrayal of mythical proportions? Fans are polarized. Rumors have been swirling since the end of last season, hinting that Kelce had been quietly considering a comeback, though no one imagined it would come with such a dramatic twist. His retirement, once thought to be a definitive farewell, is now being reinterpreted as merely a pause, a clever narrative device to amplify the shock factor of this transfer. Analysts are already scrambling to dissect the potential impact of Kelce anchoring the Commanders' offensive line, and every sports talk show is running wild with theories, from the tactical advantages to the emotional disruption this could cause in Philadelphia. Sources close to the Eagles' locker room suggest there's disbelief mixed with resentment, while Commanders fans are celebrating as if they've drafted a generational talent, despite Kelce technically having already peaked in his career. The ripple effects are undeniable, and every corner of the league feels the tremor. Financial considerations are naturally part of the speculation, though the numbers remain shrouded in secrecy. Insiders hint at a contract that not only compensates Kelce handsomely, but also provides unprecedented incentives tied to performance, playoff appearances, and leadership milestones. This is more than just a standard signing. It's a declaration of intent from Washington's front office, signaling that they are willing to go all in to reshape their offensive identity. Meanwhile, Kelce's personal motivations are equally fascinating to ponder. Reports suggest that family considerations, the opportunity to mentor a younger roster, and the allure of a fresh challenge played a significant role, creating a perfect storm that culminated in this headline-making agreement. The combination of financial, personal, and professional factors paints a picture of a calculated yet emotionally charged decision. The timing of this move also adds a layer of intrigue, as it comes just as the Commanders are positioning themselves for a potential playoff surge. Analysts are dissecting every angle, from the quarterback-center chemistry to the strategic tweaks this signing might inspire. In practice, Kelce's presence could transform Washington's running game, solidify pass protection, and provide an intangible leadership boost that reverberates far beyond X's and O's. Fans of both franchises are trading heated messages online, with Eagles supporters calling the move a betrayal of the highest order, while Commanders enthusiasts are envisioning Super Bowl dreams with Kelce at the core. The chatter is nonstop, ranging from tactical breakdowns to hot takes about locker room dynamics, social media memes, and even pop culture comparisons. Every pundit seems compelled to weigh in. Speculation around locker room dynamics has reached a fever pitch. Observers are debating how Kelce's transition will affect team culture in both cities. Will his arrival invigorate a previously inconsistent roster, or will it create friction with existing veterans who view his acquisition as a disruption? Similarly, Philadelphia's locker room is reportedly bracing for emotional fallout, with players and staff attempting to reconcile admiration for Kelce's career with the sting of his departure. Sports psychologists and team insiders are weighing in on the human element, noting that such high-profile transfers can create waves far beyond tactical considerations. The rumor mill thrives on these stories, and social media has exploded with memes, polls, and hot takes, creating a feedback loop that amplifies every possible narrative, from heroism to treachery. Social media itself has become a virtual battlefield as fans react to this jaw-dropping news. Twitter threads, TikTok skits, and Instagram posts have exploded overnight, each iteration adding layers of commentary, speculation, and often exaggerated outrage. Memes comparing Kelce to famous historical traitors are circulating with lightning speed, while others cast him as a visionary seeking new glory. The virality of this moment underscores the emotional intensity that sports fandom can generate, turning a single transaction into a multi-platform cultural phenomenon. Hashtags are trending regionally and nationally, with discussions stretching into every corner of online sports communities. Fans debate passionately about ethics, loyalty, and the fleeting nature of professional careers, often forgetting the human and strategic realities behind the headlines. This is no ordinary off-season move. It's a narrative event that will be dissected for months. Coaches and team executives are suddenly in the spotlight, with analysts scrutinizing their strategies and foresight. Washington's front office is being lauded or criticized for pulling off what some describe as the steal of the century, while Philadelphia's leadership is under fire for allowing a franchise icon to slip away. Behind the scenes, meetings, press conferences, and private discussions are rumored to have been fraught with tension, negotiation, and careful positioning. The optics of such a high-profile acquisition carry weight beyond the field, affecting ticket sales, merchandise, and fan morale. Sports commentators speculate endlessly on whether Kelce's arrival will inspire a cultural renaissance within the Commanders organization or whether it might backfire under the pressure of heightened expectations and intense media scrutiny. Every detail, no matter how small, is under a microscope. Fans are already imagining the tactical implications of Kelce anchoring Washington's offensive line. How will this affect running lanes, quarterback timing, and blocking schemes? Analysts are speculating that his presence could unlock new formations, inspire creative play calling, and give the team a psychological edge over opponents. In parallel, Eagles fans are pondering what comes next, with discussions about replacement centers, draft strategies, and long-term rebuilding plans dominating forums and sports shows. This duality, excitement for one fan base, heartbreak for another, fuels the rumor mill and heightens the stakes for every practice, preseason game, and media interaction leading up to the next season. The strategic chess game of football suddenly seems more intense, with Kelce as a pivotal piece whose every move will be analyzed in excruciating detail. Beyond the field, this story resonates in unexpected ways, touching cultural and regional pride, identity, and legacy. Kelce's choice challenges traditional notions of loyalty in professional sports, prompting debates about personal ambition versus team allegiance. Commentators and fans alike are crafting narratives about the hero-turned-renegade, weaving stories that mix admiration, disappointment, and intrigue. The ripple effect spreads into merchandise trends, fan engagement campaigns, and even local economies that benefit from heightened attention and ticket sales. The intersection of sports, business, and personal storylines makes this more than a football transaction. It's a full-blown cultural spectacle, with each new rumor feeding the wildfire of speculation and shaping public perception. The saga is only beginning. Media coverage is approaching frenzy levels, with every sports outlet rushing to report, analyze, and opine on Kelce's shocking return. Interviews with teammates, coaches, and even former rivals are being dissected for hidden hints, subtle reactions, and confirmation of underlying narratives. Every press conference becomes a potential headline, every quote a potential viral moment. Sports talk radio, podcasts, and YouTube channels alike are capitalizing on the drama, providing wall-to-wall commentary that fuels further speculation. Even casual observers are drawn in, finding themselves part of the conversation, debating what this move means for legacy, championships, and the very ethos of professional football. The story dominates timelines, headlines, and group chats, demonstrating the magnetic power of a single, high-profile career decision. As the rumor continues to swirl, one thing is certain. Jason Kelce's unexpected return in Burgundy and Gold has rewritten off-season drama and captured the collective imagination of football fans nationwide. The narrative is unfolding in real time, with every practice, media appearance, and social media post adding layers to an already complex story. Whether this will culminate in redemption, championship glory, or unforeseen complications remains to be seen, but the intrigue is undeniable. The league itself has been reminded of the volatile mix of talent, ego, and strategy that drives professional sports, while fans brace for a season unlike any other. In every sense, this move is more than a roster change. It is a cultural event, a dramatic twist, and a rumor that refuses to die, sparking conversation that will echo long after the first kickoff. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.